Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Thursday. Is it Thursday already? Where did the week go? I gotta check my phone. Am I even on the right day? It's Thursday. Can you believe that? Happy Thursday to everyone out there. We've got some, not really interesting stuff to talk about today, so now would be the time to turn off if you're only here for the most fascinating Bachelor news. No, we don't have it. It just doesn't exist. So in the meantime, some of the funniest things I can come up with happen in the ether, where there is no other content. Follow me on Instagram. I'll be over there. Ether do or ether don't. Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
And I'm on Instagram at DNeils. And then also Patreon's been on fire. You guys have been joining the patreon.com/Dave Neal. Private behind-the-scenes bonus content. I gave it up yesterday. I just gave it all to you guys. We had Bachelor in Paradise spoilers I can't share with you guys. Text messages from alumni. Text messages from people that are actually on the beach. We had some wild moments, things that I just don't feel comfortable in the safety of my family talking about live right now that are happening down on patreon.com/Dave Neal. And anyway, Bachelor in Paradise can't afford Pilot Pete. What the hell is wrong with Bachelor producers? Do you guys need do I need to give you guys a couple bucks here? Pay the guy what he wants. You've got Vanessa Victoria Fuller. She's on the beach right now. Peter Weber turned down offer to be on Bachelor in Paradise after he couldn't come to an agreement with ABC. Look, unless Peter's asking for like $100,000 a day, chances are he's not asking for much. Just make him, an offer, get him on the show. Let's read into this one. And I know people are like, wow, he's so ungrateful. Listen, no. Like the guy prints dramatic dollar. Knowing his worth, after considering another attempt to find love on screen, Peter Weber exclusively told Us Weekly why a planned appearance on Bachelor in Paradise isn't happening. I was actually going to do BIP. I was going to do it. We just couldn't agree on a contract. At the end of the day is what it came down to. I just hate people that talk like that. We just couldn't agree on a contract. At the end of the day is what it came down to. According to the United pilot, the deal was almost done before he decided to pass on the offer. I had gotten the days off. I had this month off to go out there and I was going to give it a shot. I honestly was. I always kept looking at that as like the one venue I hadn't really checked off yet or tried. After reflecting on his time in the Bachelor franchise, Peter Weber noted that he hadn't ruled out trying to find the one on reality TV. I thought maybe I could give it one more try, but ABC and I ended up not being able to agree on anything and get out there. I feel everything happens for a reason, so it's all good. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, but now we don't get to watch you and Victoria Fuller, passively aggressively look at each other while you make out with other people, you know what I mean, from across the palapa. That's what the show's all about. Oh, he's making out with so-and-so? You know what I mean? The former reality star also teased that he was inspired to join Bachelor in Paradise because he wanted to connect with a special person. There was someone, I'm not going to spill those names. Oh, spill the dang names. Spill the names. It's Thursday. It's the off season. Pete, send me a DM. Let's go. But there was someone down there. That was the only reason that I was actually curious about going down there. Peter Weber said it before hinting that the contestant was from Clayton's season of The Bachelor. Who was it? The Virginia native also opened up about his attempts to get back into the dating scene. There was a long period, and it kind of sucked, where I just didn't feel ready to do that. I was in a weird mindset after everything that had gone on with me transpired. I didn't want to put myself in that limelight that kind of naturally comes from being part of the franchise right now. I feel so good where I'm at now. I don't care if people talk. I really don't, because I'm going to do me. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But I'm going to do what makes me happy, and that's it. I generally agree with this sentiment, although I will say whenever anyone says I'm going to do me, there's a lot of drama involved. It's never just some person who's got they're just a nice person. It's like, Dad, how you doing? Well, I'm going to go mow the lawn, and if people don't like it, I'm just going to do me. No, it's always like, how you doing? Well, I'm going to go hook up with this one girl, and I've got a side piece over here, and if people don't like it, then I'm just going to do me. It's like, no, you're not doing you. You're doing the beach. Peter Weber originally joined Bachelor Nation in 2019. Can you believe that? He originally joined in 2019. It feels like he joined in 1974. It feels like he's been around forever. Later that year, he was announced as the lead for The Bachelor Season 24. During the finale, Peter Weber proposed to Hannah Ann Sluss, but the duo split after he realized he still had feelings for runner-up Madison Pruitt. Oh, boy. Following Weber and Pruitt's brief attempt to get back together, he rekindled his romance with Season 24 contestant Kelly Flanagan. What they don't say is that Hannah Brown also went onto his season, and they almost made out. Wasn't that the wildest moment when Hannah Brown almost hooked up with Peter Weber when she was an alumni guest? Oh my gosh. I mean, they've really set him up for some interesting situations here. The couple, turbulence. I need a DJ. Can I just get a turbulence? Pump it up. I'm having coffee. We're doing it. The couple dated for 10 months before calling it quits in December 2020. After a brief reconciliation, the twosome called it quits for good in February 2021. Yeah. And then Kelly kind of always said like, oh, he was just an F-boy. And it's like, no offense to Pilot Pete, but if you're just in it for the D, aren't there better options? Go for like some bad boy DJ or some no-name comedian. Anyway. All right, but some people got a thing for pilots. They like a man in a suit. At the time, The Adventures of Pilot Pete author noted that he had no plans to revisit his past relationships. I wouldn't go back to anything that hasn't worked. Oh, that's what we all say. And then all of a sudden, you're at a Christmas party. You have a couple too many hot toddies. Next thing you know, something's going down, right? You're bumping Harry's. It didn't work for a reason, and I know it's hard, and a lot of people struggle with that. But where I'm at now in my life, I just realized if it's going to work, it's going to work. I wouldn't go back to anything in the past. I'm only looking forward. And that's what a pilot should do. Airplanes have rear view mirrors. That's a metaphor for life. Hey, Pilot Pete, you want to make a new book? Airplanes don't have rear view mirrors by Pilot Pete with a forward by power recapper, power mustachioed man, Dave Neal. Wouldn't that be nice? Speaking of power recapping, guys, check this out. Can you see on this 4K video here? I got my first facial yesterday. I'm a little oily from it. They literally used a sandblaster on my face. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my, is this torture? Ladies, the things you put yourself through for love. I mean, God bless it. I feel great. I'm going to go once a month, I think. My facial looks so good, you can't tell I'm a day younger than 49 right now. All right, so that was fun. So, yeah, there's a pilot shortage across the U.S. Luckily, Pilot Pete's going back to work, but there is a pilot. Do all pilots have to look the same? They all look like they just, got out of a Qdoba in the airport. Anyway, okay, so there they are. Southwest pilots picket. Oh, you can't see what I'm looking at. Southwest pilots picket in Dallas over stalled contract talks as American Airlines ends service to Yeah, look, of course I plan a destination wedding when there's going to be like a huge, big airline kerfuffle, but that's where we're at. Now I'm going to shift to another conversation because I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but really interesting things have been blowing my mind. Like I'm in the process of beginning to house hunt and trying to get my channel and my brand and what I do to an audience that's bigger than Bachelor Nation, because I love you guys, but it's like, we have a small little community here and there's a ceiling to that. So I started making videos about entertainment news. I've made a bunch about Britney Spears, and I've made a bunch about Will Smith and a whole bunch of random people that are in the news. And of course, in the last 2 months, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And one of my videos started to take off, and I got a phone call. And again, you might know this story, you might not. It's kind of like two different communities. We're like a Venn diagram. People who are with my Bachelor Nation News, people with the Dave Neal Show, and then whoever's in the middle. Those are the cool people, folks. They're also the Patreon members. If you're not part of it, get on it. Anyway, so I make this video, and then I get approached by, they sent me like 4 different messages on all across my platforms, Ireland AM. And of course, this is like their Today Show version of, some show. I already had an edible. It was midnight my time, and they kind of go on this surprise sort of attack of YouTubers. Oh, well, thanks for having me. I think that, I talk to them, whatever, and then they call me rubbish. So if you ever wonder like where that rubbish soundbite comes from,
Dave,
for claim.
I think that's rubbish, Dave.
So they kind of call me out, and I'm like, "Really? This is rubbish?" And then their comment section becomes like, "You guys are the worst. It's disappointing that 2 hosts are talking about a trial and making opinions about something they didn't watch. Dave did a great job." It's pretty much every single comment was there defending me and not them, because they really didn't know what they were talking about. And no offense to him, he was just a rugby player who I guess is a good-looking guy in Ireland, and I don't know what her deal is. She kind of looks like the Lauren Zima of Dublin, top of the morning to you. Anyway, they sound like nice people. I'd gladly go back on their show. But then I uncovered a video where the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, and again, this has nothing to do with Pilot Pete. If you're still sticking around, this is just what I've been doing with my life. There was some choice editing that NBC did on their Amber Heard interview that aired this past Friday night on Dateline, where they omitted parts of the interview that had previously showed on the Today Show, and they kind of curated something interesting. So I shared just a clip. I shared a clip on my TikTok. So I'm sorry, my Instagram. So here's a clip of just one of the discrepancies that they didn't air. Heard's interview with the Today Show and Dateline NBC, same interview, different edits.
I made a pledge, and that pledge is made over time by its nature.
You're splitting hairs a little bit there.
Omitted.
When you say I donated, you know that everybody thinks that you've donated it.
So when people wonder why no one trusts mainstream media, it's because they're editing interviews to fit whatever narrative they have versus morning TV or night TV.
And to have it played out across social media, you know, it was only for the benefit of people like yourself setting up YouTubes or people.
Maybe Ireland AM, maybe, but also maybe people just want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
So how weird, right? And then I got a message from Carol, whoever this person is, who's apparently a real housewife. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And of course, so in this quick clip I shared with you, it was just them omitting the part where Savannah called out Amber by saying you're splitting hairs. But they do this over and over and over. So I made a video that kind of further shows what they left out of the interview. And it's like, look, this is why people like YouTube. This is why I specifically try not to edit my videos, because I want you guys to get the full human expression of what I'm trying to say. Even if I stumble on words or I go on some tangent about a facial, I don't want to clean it up for you guys. I want to give you what I got. And I think with the bandwidth that exists in the world, we can just watch an interview in its entirety and get that. But the mainstream media and just, proper old school network TV, they just don't want to give that to us, including Bachelor, right? Bachelor doesn't want to show us a full conversation between Hannah Brown and Luke P. Because maybe, hold on, maybe Luke P's not the worst guy in the world, and they actually had a rational conversation. Don't you wonder why they don't eat the food on their dinner dates? That's so they can edit it in whatever order fits their narrative. So I just wanted to share this. If you're still watching right now, the unbelievable growth that the Dave Neal Show channel has made. I'm going to show you how much money this one video made. Now, don't get your panties in a twist here. Plenty of videos make 10, 20, 30 bucks. This video that I released on Saturday is racking it up. Almost 10,000 new subscribers, 1.4 million views, and over $7,100. My kind of hope is that it can make it up to $10,000. But when people say, "Hey Dave, why are you investing in content on YouTube as a platform?" It's because YouTube gives you equity in the product you make. If YouTube makes money, I make money. It's a split. So not only did I make $7,100 from this video, YouTube made $7,100 because it's a 50-50. I didn't make 35. That's my final cut before taxes, of course. Uncle Sam's I'm going to go pave some potholes, and that ain't a metaphor, okay? I'm going to go pave some potholes.
God.
All right, but anyway, the point being, I'm going to tie it all together. Bachelor in Paradise couldn't afford Pete. They should have. They should have paid him because they're making so much money. They could have shuffled some money around because he would have been insane drama. I think it's always big drama when you can get one of the leads back. They have huge followings and all that. They didn't do it. It's not in their price point, I guess. Be in my price point. Patreon.com. I'm going live at 10 a.m. this morning. We'll have more content coming your way here and on The Dave Neal Show. Thank you guys so much for quite literally changing the trajectory of my life, as this has been quite a fun couple of years that we're doing this, and we're not stopping anytime soon. Bye, guys.